Welcome everybody in my Python programming online class. Today I am going to discuss about class 12 computer science syllabus as per CBSE norms. So look at the content. Look at the content. Unit 1 Review of Python and concept of OOPS. Review of Python and concept of OOPS. OOPS means object oriented programming, and whatever you have learned already in class 11, you need to revise it. So in chapter 11, in chapter 1 is based on review of Python. Whatever you have learned in class 11, you need to revise it. Chapter 2, concept of object oriented programming. Chapter 3, classes in Python. Chapter 4, inheritance. So unit 1 contain 4 chapters. Then unit 2, it is advanced programming with Python. Advanced programming with Python. Here you will learn in chapter 1 linear list manipulation, stacks and queues in list, data file handling, exception handling and generate functions. 4 chapters. Now come to unit 3rd. Unit 3rd is database management system and SQL. Chapter 1, database concept and SQL. Chapter 2, structured query language. Then unit 4, introduction to Boolean algebra. Chapter 1, Boolean algebra. Chapter 2, Boolean function and reduce forms. Chapter 3, application of Boolean logic. Unit 5, communication technologies. It has 4 chapters. First chapter, networking concepts, part 1. Chapter 2, networking concepts, part 2. Chapter 3, networking protocols. Chapter 4, mobile telecommunication, technology, network security and internet services. So you have to read as per CBSE syllabus. Total 5 units are there. So let's start unit 1, a review of Python and concept of OOPS. Chapter 1, review of Python. Learning objectives. At the end of this chapter, the students will be able to understand interactive mode, script mode, data types, functions in Python, sequential statement, selective statements, looping statements, string and string methods, list and list methods, tuple and tuple methods, dictionary and dictionary methods. There is an introduction. We have learned Python programming language in the 11th class and continue to learn the same language program in class 12th also. We also know the Python is a high level language and we need to have Python interpreter installed in our computer to write and run Python program. Python is also considered as an interpreted language because Python programming are executed by an interpreter. We also learn that Python shell can be used in two ways, which interactive mode and script mode. Interactive mode, as the name suggests, allows us to interact with OS. Here, when we type Python statement, interpreter displays the results immediately. That means when we type Python expression statement commands after the prompt, the Python immediately respond with the output of it. Let's see what will happen when we type print welcome to Python programming. After the prompt, print command welcome to Python programming, double quote is closed. So it is printing welcome to Python programming. Example, print 5 plus 10. Print 5 plus 10. If you give this command, then what happens? Python is adding both the numbers 5 plus 10 and it gives you output 15. Next command, x is equal to 10. What happens? Will you get any output? Y is equal to 20. Will you get any output? No. Here you are assigning the value 20 to y. It will not generate any output. But when you type print x multiply y, then 10 and 20, both the numbers are added and you will get the output 200. Clear? Now here you need to understand what is script mode. Interactive mode is over. Now you need to learn what is script mode. In script mode, we type Python program in a file and then use interpreter to execute the content of the file. Working in interactive mode is convenient for beginners and for testing small pieces of code, as one can test them immediately, but for coding of more than few lines we should always save our code so that it can be modified and reused. Python in interactive mode is good enough to learn, experiment or explore, but its only drawback is that we cannot save the statements and have to retype all the statements once again to rerun them. So students, what is difference between interactive mode and script mode? In interactive mode, you can type the command and it is executed immediately, but what is the drawback of interactive mode? You cannot save your program. If you need to run the command again, you need to type once again. Okay, but if you have a program of few lines, 3, 4, 5 lines, then you need to type the program and then save it and then run. Okay, so there are some drawbacks of interactive mode and script mode. So whatever is suitable, you need to choose the mode. When you have program, then you definitely you should select the script mode only. Let's take one example. Input any two numbers and to find quotient and remainder. Code. So which mode is suitable for such a situation? You need a developer program, then definitely you need to save the program. So you need to follow a script mode only. Okay, see, a is equal to input, enter first number. So it will allow you to input the value from the keyboard and it will assign to a variable a. Okay, b is equal to input, enter second number. It will allow input the number from the keyboard and it will store another variable b. Then print quotient comma a divide b. So you will get the quotient. Print remainder a modulus operator b. So we will get quotient and remainder as a output when you run the program. Output interactive mode. When you run the above program, you will get the output. Enter first number 10, enter second number 3. What is the output? Quotient, you will get 3 because 3 3 is 9. Remainder is 1. I hope you have understood whatever the topic I have discussed today. Students, you need to like the video, share the video with your friends so that they can learn Python programming of class 12 free of cost as per the CBSE syllabus. Students, in my upcoming class I will teach you variables and types and many more other topics. So students, subscribe the channel to get the notification whenever next video is uploaded. In description box I have given a link of website. There you can find all the videos whatever posted earlier, and subscribe the website, newsletter and blogs so that you can get every day updated for the news of CBSE, tests, exams, sample papers, syllabus, etc. So keep watching all the videos. Thank you very much for attending the class.